Hello, this is a Vauxhall VX220, a car that no one really ever talks about for some reason. This one's pretty special though. It's fully electric, Tesla powered, and it's for sale. The VX220 was a British sports car produced between 1998 and 2005. So within that time frame, up until 2005, just over 7,000 of these cars were produced, so they're quite rare. So, a few specs about the car. First off, oh my lordy lord, it's fast. That's the first thing. Woo. Woo. So, we got a Tesla Model S small drive unit in the rear, which produces nearly 300 brake, which is a lot more than the original engine. So, first impressions of this car is that it's very, very light. It feels light. No power steering. It's incredibly accurate. Wherever you point it, it just goes. I would probably say this is the best handling car I've ever driven. It's just phenomenally good. Oh my God, it's... So originally this car had a 2.2 litre Vectra engine. I think they put it in Vauxhall Vectras and Vauxhall Astras, which immediately rings a lot of alarm bells for me. It's a reliable engine and it does the job, but there's nothing special about it. It's underpowered. So I don't understand with Vauxhall why they decided to produce such a beautiful handling car and spoil it with that engine. So these cars were designed, like I say, for lightness and good handling. The chassis is bonded aluminium. Driving through the Dorset countryside, hood down, you don't really get much better than this. I'm actually heading to a local spot which I do a lot of testing at. It's called Zigzag Hill. We're going to throw this thing into some corners and see what it does. Pretty confident it will handle them just fine. A lot of people will say, oh, when you convert a car or it gets heavy, you add lots of weight with the batteries. This is not the case with this build. We made sure that we kept a very, very small pack in the rear, just to keep the weight as close to the original as possible. In fact, it is exactly the same as the original. So we're coming up to Zigzag now, and let's see how it copes in the corners. Oh my. Woo! If you've ever wondered what it's like driving a Tesla Roadster, this is the closest you're ever going to get. The Tesla Roadster was basically a Lotus Elise with electric drivetrain. This is effectively a Lotus Elise chassis with electric drivetrain. Therefore, it's very, very close. In fact, when we bolted the Tesla motor into the rear of this car, the original engine mounts lined up perfectly to the Tesla drive unit. We couldn't believe it when we lowered the drive unit down how easy it was to mount. The drive shafts lined up perfectly, so there's definitely some synergy going on there. So, a lot of you are going to ask about range. So, as I mentioned before, this pack is only 20 kilowatt hours, so it's a very small battery pack. And I've explained why we decided to fit a small pack to it. So it's really not for long distances, this car. It's for taking it out on a sunny afternoon, popping to the shops, cruising around. So with 20 kilowatt hours, we're getting around 80 to 100 mile range. So some more info on the interior of this car. It's pretty standard, to be honest. I'll flip this camera around and show you what's going on. So basically here we've got a little head-up display which shows your state of charge, battery and motor temperature. We've got a heater switch here, a heater, and down here we've got a forward and reverse switch here. Simple, easy to use. Obviously no clutch, just a throttle and brake. So in terms of the rear engine bay, there's not really much to see except a very nice contained professional installation. Still kept the original boot, So if you think you might be interested in buying this car, then please send us an email to sales@silentclassics.co.uk. If you're genuinely interested, we can book you to come here and drive the car. The asking price is £60,000, which might seem like a lot of money, but for this level of conversion at this high quality, it's a steal. You're not only getting the car in a really good condition, but you're also paying for the conversion, which everyone knows is not cheap.